What's going on, collective? What's going on with you today, love? How are you feeling? You already know that as you enter this space, I am sending you all the good energy and the positive vibes that you may need at this time. If you're interested in supporting me on any of the other platforms, if you're interested in booking a session or a service with me, make sure you check out the description area because all that information will be located there. And if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. Okay, I do collective readings. I'm going to start back doing the zodiac readings as well. And these messages pretty much, they give you clarity, they bring confirmation, they help you become more spiritually empowered, they help you implement the necessary changes or even become aware of the necessary changes that need to be made. Now, while I'm still fairly new to the whole YouTube thing, right, I feel most comfortable over here. It's so crazy. So I thank y'all. Thank y'all for welcoming me. Thank you all for, subscribing or even viewing the messages that Spirit is giving me to give to you. So let's get into it. This is going to be a collective message. Did I say? I think I did tell y'all already, but I think I left out the collective conversations part. So we do the collective readings. We're going to start back doing the zodiac readings. And most recently, I've started doing the collective conversations, which is just us coming and having conversations about certain things or me talking about certain things and y'all being able to communicate or give feedback in the comments and things of that nature. So just come join us. Just come join us. Just come join us. We would all love to have you here. Okay? Make you feel right at home. Spirit, what is the message that you have for us today? You know our hearts and you know our situations. Can you please give us the cards that we need in order for me to be able to deliver the message in a way where we'll all be able to receive it with an open mind and an open heart? Thank you. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what cards we about to get, y'all. Let's see what cards we about to get. Spirit, can you give us the cards that we need in order for us to be able to receive this message with an open mind and an open heart? We only got one so far, so I'm waiting on a few more. Oh, we got two so far. Give me what you got. I'm looking for one more at least. All right. So, underneath it all, there's the Five of Cups. Okay? This is you feeling disappointed, you feeling discouraged, you feeling almost maybe empty in a certain area. Right? It could just, like I said, it can be disappointment. It can be the discouragement. It could be, feeling disconnected or not being aligned with where you actually want to be. Okay. Now, let's see what we have on the table so that we can get into how we're going to overcome that disappointment or that discouragement or whatever that underneath it all energy is. Excuse me. First on the table, the Aeon. So there's there's a decision to be made, right? And this decision that needs to be made is not a decision that is brand new. It's it's like a decision from a repetitious or repetitive cycle that you keep on going through. So you could have felt some type of way about something, and at one point in time you thought that you was tripping, so you dismissed it. You pretty much swept it under the rug or whatever, and now it's resurfacing again. So it's hey, I'm back up in your face. How you about to take care of me? How you about to handle me? What you gonna decide to do this time? right? And it's really, what it's really boiling down to, love, is you making a decision to pay attention to how you, like, your thoughts are, right? Because we got the Princess of Swords that's coming up, and it's almost showing me that I'm trying to wait until the little air thing go by. It's showing me like okay, the Princess of Swords. So you see, she's trying to defend something, or she's trying to protect herself, or she's trying to protect whatever this is down here, even though it already seems to be destructive or destroying itself, you know. And so it could be like you have this way of thinking about something, you have this way of processing certain information that you're trying to really hold on to. But when you really dissect it, I guess, for what it is, you will realize, like, okay, I've been holding on to this way of thinking for so long, and it's really not working for me. Like, my parents probably did it, all my family, all my other family members do it, my closest friends do it, and it helps us get by, but it's really not working for me. Like, I'm tired of having to repeat these similar cycles over and over again. Like, even when it comes down to the people around you, right? So now you're not only triggered by your situations and circumstances, you also get triggered by their situations and circumstances, right? It may have a lot to do with you pretty much doing it all, right? You feeling like you have to literally do everything, right? You gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta take care of the kids, you gotta go to work, you gotta make sure everybody else is okay, so on and so forth, because of how you were raised, or because what people have told you or taught you over the years. And at some point, you're gonna have to make a decision for yourself, like, is that really how you want to show up? You know, showing up for everybody else, but then dismissing yourself. That's not healthy. That is not healthy. You know, in any way, because with the 10 of Wands being here and the 10 of Wands being in reverse, it's really talking about you, like, you feeling oppressed, like you feeling like, you know, it's all falling down on you, or it's all coming down to just you. And listen, here's the energy again. I want to say we had this yesterday, that 7 of Wands in reverse, surrender, right? You don't, this battle is not yours. You got other people depending on you, or showing or wanting you to show up for them in areas where they're not even showing up for themselves, kids and all, right? Like, you don't have to overdo it. Like, you don't have to overwork yourself. It is definitely time for you. It's time for a change. It's time to transition from where you are into a more healthier space, or where you actually want to be, right? Yeah, this is deep, and I'm saying it's deep because it's like, well, how the kids supposed to take care of themselves, right? It's not necessarily them taking care of themselves. It's you setting boundaries for yourself to dictate and determine, like, what it is that you have to do or not. You know, you have people who have shown up and they've told you how to operate in the space of being a mother, or being a friend, or being a wife, or being a girlfriend, and like, how are they telling you how to do what's best for you? You know what I'm saying? They're giving you certain information based on their experiences whenever they had certain experiences, but that doesn't mean that that's exactly how it's supposed to go. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, you can look outside and everybody think that it is a parenting skill to be buying like all of the Jordans or the Nikes or all of the, you know, all of the name brand stuff. Let me not say people names because I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. But, you know, if you're not able to buy name brand stuff for your kids, that does not make you less of a parent. You understand where I'm coming from? Because you're not keeping up with what everybody else is doing, that don't make you less of a person, or less of a parent, or less of anything. You get what I'm saying? You have to really... you got to get your own idea of what it's like to live. You got to understand, love, like, it's so many distractions going on around here. You got people really putting themselves in a hole just so they can try to keep up with what other people feel they're supposed to look like. That's out. I used to be one of those people as well, but nobody else was footing the bill for the stuff that I was buying. I almost said because that's why y'all see my mouth do that, because I was sure about to say shit, okay? Even though I said it anyway. But, you know, like, nobody was footing the bill to what I had to do. And, you know, wondering why I wasn't buying my son certain brands when he was younger. He is about to be 13 real soon. And he wears a big size. Like, that's a $200 shoe if I decide I want to go buy a pair of J's, or, you know, some type of, no. Sometimes I might, but no, that's not, I don't have to do that. You get what I'm saying? I do it when I want to, or because I can. Even they'll, you know, society has a way of even like conditioning your kids to think that, oh, I need to have that. If I don't have that, then I'm less than. If I don't have that, they're going to talk about me. You gotta surrender again. That's what the outside world is going to do. They're going to try to push you into this rough place. They're going to try to push you, you know, to make you feel some type of way about your situation, your circumstances. But once you actually start to appreciate what you have and where you are, and there's a number of different ways that you can open yourself up to being able to receive the things that you actually want. So buying a name brand is not a bad thing, right? But when you're in a position or a place to where you actually cannot do it, it's still okay. Like, it's still okay. Don't let that discourage you. Don't let people make you feel like, you know, I guess you're being discredited because, you know, you're in a different position. God gave you your life for a reason. And that's something that that's your journey. That's what you have to figure out. Like, what's my passion? What's my purpose? How I'm supposed to show up? What am I supposed to do? Instead of being distracted or feeling, you know, that energy of lack, that energy of scarcity, the energy of not being good enough, the energy of being disappointed, the energy of being discouraged and stuff like that. You really just got to get clear. Make a decision. Like, if you don't feel like you're successful, decide what success looks like to you. And then you have to start, you know, putting yourself into alignment with what you actually see for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, the actions. What are you doing? Who are you hanging around? What are you doing? What work are you putting in to actually start being able to live out your goals or your dreams? You understand? Because it's not impossible. Even when, I don't care where you are right now in this very moment, anything that you can see for yourself in your mind is possible. All you have to do is align yourself to it. So don't be discouraged. This time, this moment is really trying to transform you, right? It's like some type of a rebirth that you're going through. However, you're being resistant to it because you're not allowing yourself to make the shifts, or you're not allowing yourself to make the necessary changes, right? Why do I say that? Because the Two of Discs is here, and it's telling us that even in the like, there's good and bad, and there's some bad in the good. What are you deciding to look at, though? What are you like? What is it that you see in your situation? Is all that you see is the bad? Is all that you see like the negative? You know what I'm saying? And if so, then you can shift that from one side of the spectrum to the other. I always talk about that. Okay, if you have $10 left in your account after you paid all your bills, and you wanted to do something, like, you know, other people are going out, other people going to the movies, they getting ready for certain holidays and shit like that, right? So now you want to partake in some of these activities, but all you got left is $10 in your account. You can look at that one of two ways. You can look at that like, I'm always working, I can't never go nowhere and do nothing. All I got left is $10. I'm so annoyed. But it's the outside factors that are contributing to that energy of being irritated, right? Yeah, it has something to do with certain things that's going on in your personal life, but what's triggering you in that moment is the fact that you wanted to go hang out, you wanted to go chill. Okay, that's the one side of the spectrum that you can look at it from. The other side of the spectrum that you can look at it from is more so like, all my bills is paid, like, I'm cool, y'all. I'm not gonna go out. Like, I would like to go out, but however, I'm not in a position to where I can. So if y'all want to come chill up over here, or if y'all want to do something different to where I ain't gotta spend no money, like, that's cool. I'm cool with that. But my bills is paid, I'm not tripping. This is taken care of, that's taken care of. You understand? So it's still the same situation and scenario, but how you process certain information dictates and determines which side of the spectrum you actually start to operate on. Right? The things that happen to you, or I say happening for you, right? But the things that be happening, they really happen for you to get like a better understanding, so that you can become more aware of what changes do you actually want to make in your life, right? It's not to discourage you. It's not to keep you like in this energy of discomfort in any way, shape, or form. It's like, is this how you want to live? Is this what you want to do? Is this what you want to be about? Right? And if your answer is no, then all you have to do is I guess, like, put together a plan, right? A strategy. And maybe you don't know how to do that on your own. So connect with somebody, whether it be me, whether it be, you know, somebody who is already in that position that you actually want to be into. You know, go join some groups somewhere on these social media sites. Go start commenting in places, whether it's on YouTube or anywhere else, because there is so many people out there who they've either grown from the space that you're currently operating in, or they are in the process of, you know, transitioning from that space that y'all in into the space that they actually want to be. And they can give you some game. They can talk to you about some things. They can change your perspective. They can open your mind, which then, like, opens your heart. You know, like, you just got to be open to being able to receive the information in the easiest way that it's gonna come, right? Like, you don't have to just have this particular idea like, oh, it's going to come in like this, right? Because then you close off the many ways that it can actually flow to you or come to you. All right, so it's time to make a decision. Like, it's time to make a decision. Do you want to keep on showing up for everybody else more than you show up for yourself? Or are you actually ready to, like, move forward? Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. No, it's gonna actually take some work. It's gonna take some effort, some discipline, some changes, right? It's gonna take a couple of different things, but it's possible. So don't count yourself out. Don't count yourself out. With that being said, I definitely hope that this brought some clarity, some confirmation, right? I hope it's putting you in a position to decide where you want to make the changes in your life. But this emotional discomfort that you've been feeling, love, we got to get up out of that, because then if you stay in that energy, you're going to keep attracting more situations, circumstances, and people that make you feel disappointed, that make you feel discouraged, that make you feel less than or unworthy of. And you don't have to feel like that. As hard as it may be for you to believe what I'm about to say is true, that feeling is a choice. Like, if you like, that feeling is a choice, and you don't have to choose to feel disappointed, discouraged, depressed, depleted. Some people not gonna understand it when you start making those shifts. Okay, I get it, but don't let that stop you. I hope this helps. I hope it brought clarity. And until next time, love, you make sure you enjoy yourself. Peace.